And hello and welcome everyone to the Comic Multiverse, where the worlds of nerd meet. Matt, we are back again. It is Saturday night. We're here with all our friends for what I'm sure will be a good show. And I always say it will be a good show. I never start one of these by being like, this show's going to suck ass. I don't know why you're watching.
Terrible, yeah. No, this week should be a good one because we got like a bunch of news that like I was sure were probably going to be saved for next week with San Diego Comic-Con, but I guess they decided to release this week.
Yeah, I thought that too. I thought we were really going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel again this week like we did last week. But holy shit, some actually meaningful stuff happened that should probably lead to some good-ass conversation, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, so how you been, Matt? How you been keeping?
Yeah, I've been pretty good. I was telling you before, I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Black Flag the last couple of days. Not getting anywhere in the story, just kind of doing side things, upgrading the ship and everything like that.
It's a wonderful game for time wasting. You're sailing your ship, you see an island. Oh, that looks cool. I want to go to that island. Then you check off everything, and then before you know it, oh shit, a couple hours have gone by.
Yeah, all those islands over there have the Mayan symbols on it. I gotta go get some of them, and yeah.
Yeah, it is shockingly good. It like the best kind of time waster where it's like, oh, I lost myself in this in the best way possible. And I actually think you and I are actually closer to the same level. We both got our blowpipe. But yeah, I don't think I've moved any further in the story because I'm like, no, must do assassin side quest now, must make money and upgrade my homestead all the way. Must.
Yeah, got to do some of those key missions to unlock some of those cool special things. Yeah.
Those are good. All the new lieutenants, which is like brand new stuff they put into the remake, those are really good and really well done stories.
Yeah, it builds on the ship combat and everything, makes it like a little bit easier and a little bit more engaging, more fun.
The combat is deceptively simple. I know we talked about this last week because it's like, oh, it kind of fuses the old combat of the first like 3 and 4 Assassin's Creed with the newer RPG stuff that came later. So you have some skills on cooldown, but you do want to try and parry and you do want to try and break guards for instant kills. It's a really well put together system.
Yeah, I really like the rope dart in this one now, where you can kind of use it like whenever, and even when you get that charm early on, there's a charm early on that makes the cooldown a lot quicker, so you can just keep using it through combat. It's very fun.
And I mean, hanging people from trees like the goddamn Predator, I mean, that's the best.
And I like that he doesn't jump down now, so you're not forced to leave to like a lower level as well, Yeah, there's so much fun stuff to do. I know I said it before, but it bears repeating. I was sure to fill up all my pistols as soon as possible. I'm like, no, I want to come into everything with multiple pistols so I can just unload on everyone who's in my face. Get out my face. That's always my thing, where it's like, look, if you give me a gun in a game, I'm going to use the gun to try and break the game. It was my birthday this week, real low-key, didn't really do much, just ate some Chinese food, hung out for a bit. My mom was sick, so I was actually looking after her for most of it. So, you know, my gift this year was the gift of responsibility. that becomes your birthdays in your 30s. That is just how it is.
Very, very much so. It was nice, though, that people did remember and did wish me a happy birthday. So, you know, thank you for that, everyone. I am a holiday birthday depressive sometimes, so it is actually nice to remember every so often that people are out there and did care, especially this week, which, goddamn, the fires in northern Ontario, not too far from where I am, actually. The sky was yellow and poison. We, in Ontario, had the second worst air quality in the world on I think Wednesday, Thursday. And again, that's second in the world only to a place like Beijing, you know, a place like that where they like literally don't have laws, where they're like, no, poison as many people as you want. It's cool.
Yeah, you're hitting low there. You gotta hit that number one spot. You gotta think big. You gotta hit that number one. Start burning some tires. You know, treated wood. You know, plastics.
Yeah, that's the thing. You see, just like the World Cup, we won a couple games this year and we got really hungry to keep moving forward. We're number 2 in the world in air pollution right now. So, you know what? We can try a little harder is the thing. We can up those numbers. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to start burning microplastics outside in a big bin.
Yeah. Start burning giant like piles of like styrofoam and like bleach. So you get that nice mustardy gas. Yeah.
Of course. And, naturally, too, being a Canadian, I had to put up with all the mouthy goddamn Americans where it's like, no, your smoke is coming over our border. Yeah, hey, every time California burns up or Portland burns up, Canada sends hundreds of firefighters and water bomber pilots, many of whom actually die fighting your fires. You guys haven't offered to do shit for us, so respectfully, shut the fuck up, you country of Karens. Thank you. I'm a little hot. I'm a little hot, if you can't tell. All Canadians are like, oh, we're really nice and friendly, but you guys are really testing us right now. And of course, what is it? Friggin' Mango Mussolini had to also pipe up and be like, and there's new tariffs now because of the smoke. Hey, you guys have a diarrhea parasite. People are literally shitting themselves to death over there now because of bad lettuce. And oh, yeah, your Center for Disease Control and everything, they didn't figure out the problem. Taco Bell had to figure out the problem because they didn't want to get sued. Because
the center that's made to catch these sorts of parasites no longer exists.
How about that? Again, land of the free, home of the diarrhea. Which, you know what? Honestly, I have always trusted Taco Bell more than I have trusted the Center for Disease Control. I will tell you that right now.
If someone's going to know about diarrhea, it's going to be Taco Bell.
Yes, Taco Bell. We have our top diarrhea scientists on this who are hardened black belts. What is it? Goddamn! In a freaking One Piece, Dr. Vegapunk, he's just all brain. That's the Taco Bell diarrhea scientists. They're just all big brain. We have mastered the art of diarrhea. We know all about it. And so many people being like, oh, it's the tainted lettuce, huh? Finally, I have an excuse to not eat vegetables like I've always wanted to. But yeah, so that's what my week's been, more or less. Nice. And there was cake at a certain point.
And there was cake, yeah.
Which did not give me diarrhea yet. Still a chance, though. You never know.
You never know.
We want to hop into the news this week. Like we said, there was actually some pretty decent topics going around that we should probably not waste any more time.
Yeah, let's get on to it.
So the most shocking piece of news, the thing that kind of took everyone by storm, is, hey, Marvel has a brand new editor-in-chief now, C.B. Cebulski, Akira Yoshida himself, one of the most prominent Japanese comic creators of his era, is out. And in his place, Stephen Wacker will now be the new Marvel editor-in-chief again, as you mentioned, right before Comic-Con, which is pretty crazy that they changed it right before.
It's very big news. It makes me think they might be announcing some stuff at Comic-Con, and that this is like the thing they needed to set up for that to happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, you might be wondering, okay, Stephen Wacker, his name kind of sounds familiar because his name sounds like Whacking It, which is the first thing that came to my mind. I'm sure he had a really hard time at school when your name is so close to sounding like Whacking It. So he recently he's been doing a lot on the digital side of Marvel's media empire right now. You know all those comic book podcasts they do, all those not quite read along podcasts, but they're kind of like audio plays.
Yeah.
So those have kind of been his baby. He's been involved with and has produced basically all of them. I know we've mentioned on the show before. They keep coming out with those. I've not listened to a single one.
Nope.
Again, it's like maybe because I just read too many books and I have been conditioned to read the books. I have no interest in listening to an audio play. And I know some are apparently pretty good. In some cases, they get, some AAA talent to do the voices there. I think, Winston Duke was like Batman in one of the DC ones they did from not that long ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's just never appealed to me. Maybe if I ran more and did more exercise, or maybe if I had a job where I always needed a podcast in my ear, I'd eventually get to it. But I have too many D&D podcasts and too many washed up comedian podcasts I listen to.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to be in the mood for those sorts of things too. Where it's you'd rather like a comedian podcast or something like that than an audiobook.
Or podcasts about, horrible wars and genocides that I listen to fall asleep. It's just an endless thing of Behind the Bastards. Oh, yeah, tell me about Napoleon II, the shitty Napoleon who tried to invade America. Tell me about that. Oh, yeah, tell me about Dick Mursenko, the founder of SEAL Team 6, and how much of a drunk he was who made up stories endlessly while committing war crimes. That's what I need now. That's how jaded I am. But yeah, so he's been doing those. I guess those have been popular. Before that, he was also involved as editor on several very successful, Marvel books. He is actually listed, and I didn't even know this, I'm a massive fan, as a co-creator of Miss Marvel Kamala Khan. He's actually been heavily involved in that. He was the editor of that book, and I mean, that was a massive success.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was like a game changer. That was like something that I'm sure people were like, oh, that's kind of risky. You're rolling the dice on that one. But not only did he stick behind it, but it became a big deal. He was also involved in, I think, either one or both of the Wade runs on Daredevil around the same time, which was also very different outside the box. Yeah. And I believe Fractions Hawkeye was also him, or at least one Hawkeye book. I'm assuming it's Fractions Hawkeye, because I'm like, well, Hawkeye doesn't get a lot of books all the time, so I'm assuming it's that one.
Damn. Okay, so he's done some big stuff.
Yeah, so he's actually done some pretty good stuff, done some different stuff, and he's a guy who's like, okay, you can spin gold is what you can do from something. You can make, lemonade out of lemons. You can like actually turn nothing into something, which I'm like, yeah, that's definitely probably a guy you would want to editor the whole company if you could take those success stories and extend them to other stuff. Also, I don't know if he's younger than Cegluski. He looks younger than Cegluski, but I could be wrong.
He does. I know when I saw a picture of him, I'm like, oh, finally, like someone young is actually in like a high level position here at Marvel.
Because this is true of most editors. This is true of a lot of jobs. Usually you don't get the top job until you've been in it for many years, meaning by the time that you actually get to the top, oh no, I'm old and out of touch now by the time I've actually reached the top. Shit. But yeah, very, very interesting pick. Very outside the box pick. I will be very interested to see what he does and, what Marvel under him looks like. It also made me think where I'm like, well, geez, where do we think Cegluski will stand, in the pantheon of Marvel editors of the past? And overall, I do think he will actually be remembered fairly fondly, because it's like, yeah, he had some pretty big hits under his belt. Krakoa was apparently a thing that he was a major spearheader of. He really wanted to bring the X-Men back to prominence, and I think he did in a big way.
He did, yeah. Less said about the follow-up, the better. But yeah, for most of the time,
he can't win them all.
Yeah, he brought them back in a big way.
The truly hilarious part of this sea change too, and something that no one is bringing up here, it's like, okay, well, where's Cegluski going now that he can't do this anymore? Oh, they're sending him to Asia, where he's going to try and help, build Marvel as a brand over there. Isn't that hilarious for a man who had a massive scandal where he pretended to be a Japanese writer, Akira Yoshida, while being a big doofy white guy like us? Wow, that is funnier and more ironic than anything I could ever write.
When I heard that, I'm like, that's insane. Has he ever commented on the whole Akira Yoshida thing? Because that's what I wondered. Yeah, how has no one like confronted him about this?
Oh, I'm sure they have, but it's just pure wall of silence on that one. I'm like, that must be great to just be able to completely sidestep a really controversial, really fucking racist thing you did, and have the whole industry put their fingers in their ears and go, la 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 la, it didn't happen.
God damn.
I wish I had that level of cultish devotion. So sending him to Asia is that a reward for him because he's a big weeaboo, or is that like a hilarious punishment? We're sending you to a place where everyone knows what you did. I don't know. Either way, many happy returns to you. As people in the chat are sure to bring up too, Wacker 2 didn't actually start his career at Marvel. He started it over at DC. He did a bunch of editing for the New 52 and some prominent books over there. And a lot of people have actually thought, hey, is he gonna actually lean on the fact that he knows a whole crop of writers at DC who might be feeling a little dissatisfied now? Maybe some people who don't have absolute books at the moment, people who might be looking to jump ship with the promise of something new and exciting happening at Marvel, perhaps?
Maybe.
Because you think about it, where it's like, man, Marvel kind of got their lunch eaten on a couple pretty big acquisitions there. Where it's like, guys, you let Dennis Camp slip through your fingers there, and you kind of look like dopes because of that. There's a guy who, as we've said on the show before, really easily could have put the company on his back. And obviously Marvel has their exclusive ones like Phil Kennedy Johnson and Al Ewing and everything, but it's like, guys, they kind of can't write everything for you at the moment.
No, they can't.
And like, obviously, you got some big guns like Joshua Williamson, but it's like, yeah, but he works for both companies right now. I would say for your crop of talent that is like nailed down that can only work for you, it's not what it used to be. I think you guys really need to, revitalize your war chest a bit.
Yeah, they need to start like hiring some of these big names back, or like offering them something like an absolute level book, or headlining the X-Men or something like that.
Yeah, they definitely need something going on there. The other big part of this story, which is being generally underreported as well, hey, as part of the new editor deal, Marvel is also moving offices. The dark day that we knew would happen, and so came a day like any other, where Marvel, a place that has always been synonymous with New York City, the world outside your window, literally New York, they are moving now. They are following suit the same way DC did several years ago now. They're going to be moving out to LA to be closer to all the movies and TV shows and all the other multimedia thing. And like, I get it. It was bound to happen. It was inevitable. Unfortunately, this is where the wind is blowing in the entertainment industry. Pretty sad though, because New York and Marvel are like this. They're quintessential.
Yeah, they you can't really have one without the other almost. And
No.
this was insane to me because holy shit, it's been there 90 years.
Yeah. And I mean, the second DC did it, for me, in my mind, I'm like, okay, the clock has now started. When is Marvel going to follow suit?
Yeah.
I never thought I would live to see it, but I did, and they did it. And it's kind of sad, not just for the reasons we mentioned, but also if you work for Marvel in any capacity, from like, an artist, a writer, a person who works in shipping and receiving there, you now have a very hard choice to make. Do you continue to follow your dream to work in the comic industry, even if it means upending your life and moving to the other end of the country? Or do you just say, fuck it, and say, okay, I guess I'm just going to get a regular 9 to 5 then?
Yeah, it's definitely going to upend a lot of people and a lot of creatives in the industry. And again, are they going to lose more creatives now because of this change?
Right.
This is a big change.
I mean, people with families, some of them are going to be like, yeah, no, I refuse to move.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's going to fucking suck. It really will. And that's a real shame. And it will be interesting to see the shakeup that becomes of that. Yeah. And also, again, where it's like, it's got to suck too in America, where it's like, oh, so I'm moving from one of the most expensive cities in the world to another one of the most expensive cities in the world.
Yeah, God.
Also, shit, you mean I gotta leave Mamdani's New York right now? But he's everyone's favorite right now. Everyone's in love with him right now. Everyone's in love with the city again. Fuck.
Yeah. It's just such an odd thing to want to do. I guess, like as you said, it's to be closer to like entertainment industries and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's just it's so odd. It made me think as well. Like between this, they're getting a new editor in chief, a bunch of those people. It makes me think. I don't know whether it'll happen straight away or whether it's on the cards, but there might be a complete Marvel reboot in the works. I could definitely see that being something happening now.
They've never done it before.
Nope.
They've never done it before. They've never done a back to zero. And the longer the time goes on, the more I respect them for not doing it. They seek to imply that after the end of Armageddon and with the start of Chip Zdarsky's New Avengers, that is going to be a creative sea change, basically a soft reboot. They're saying that, this is every bit as creatively, ambitious as it was when Bendis took on New Avengers, which for a lot of people, that was a fresh jumping on point. That was basically a soft reboot.
Yeah, I think if it does happen, it won't be like straight away. It'll be something that, like, because of all these changes, this is something that could now potentially be on the cards for them.
I imagine, we're gonna have a whole new publishing initiative, and every book goes back to number 1, because I think like Spider-Man is having its big issue number 1000 very soon.
Yeah.
And I think after that too, where it's like, okay, everything's back to number 1 now. which, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time they've done it. And hey, you know, it might actually excite some people and might actually get some people back now with a revitalized line. Because, you know, some of the books now that are coming out where it's like, man, you know, what a weird release schedule Marvel has right now.
It has been, like, just like talking about Avengers Armageddon, the release schedule for that has been very strange. And it's even stranger because apparently in issue 3 they're bringing in a whole nother team of artists just for that issue, and then it goes back to the original series artists, and it's like, that's never really been done in a summer event book. Usually you get like an artist, maybe they do like one or two different pages, but like not a completely whole issue.
Yeah, very weird. Also, too, if you recall, when DC jumped ship and when they moved across the country, they had to have what was basically a giant placeholder event in Convergence to basically cover them while they moved. And I'm like, oh, is Marvel going to do the same?
Yeah, I mean, they could. That maybe they've got some stuff banked up. Maybe this is what Midnight is, because they've shown that they're just going to release Midnight as the only books. At least the first couple of Midnight books will be the only books released on that particular week.
Yes, you're right.
So could that be like them soft launching? It's like, okay, so it works. So when it comes time to move a little later on, we'll do the exact same thing.
I think you nailed it, Matt. I think you figured it out. Yeah, because why would they do a thing like that? Yeah, maybe because we didn't know this before. Everyone quickly jumped to the conclusion where it's like, Marvel Midnight is clearly just them trying to chase the success, the runaway success that is the Absolute Universe. Yeah, no, maybe we were wrong. Maybe it's like, nah, that was actually to cover our move, actually, is what it's supposed to be.
It could definitely be like that, yeah.
But y'all didn't know that at the time. Now you know.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts. Actually, hey, speaking of the Absolute Universe and speaking about Marvel, that actually dovetails very nicely into our next story. Scott Snyder gave a big interview this week. He was talking about the new Absolute Batman animated series. He promised that, hey, you know, it's not just going to be adapting the book piece by piece. It's also going to be expanding the universe, which, like, yeah, I feel it should be. And I'm sure as a comic writer, you're like, no, there's a lot of side shit I never actually got to put in the book, but we can put it in the show now.
Yeah, I have to imagine, there's probably stuff they couldn't get away with in a comic, whereas on TV you might be able to get away with it a little bit more.
Absolutely, yeah, they could push the content. I was just assuming like little side stuff where it's like, yeah, you know, here's a day in the life of just, you know, Jim Gordon. Here's him talking to his daughter that I never got to actually show you. We're probably definitely going to see like Jim Gordon centric episodes, building out all of the stuff in the past with Bruce and everything. Yeah. Definitely stuff like that. Some characters who maybe didn't make the cut. That's all fascinating in and of itself, but it's the second part of this interview that got people's tongues a-wagging, and for, you know, really good reason. Apparently, around the same time that Snyder made his pitch to DC for the Absolute Universe, he said that he also made a pitch to Marvel around the same time, too. And he's like, I was very honest and upfront to the people at DC where I'm like, look, I'm pitching this idea to you, but to cover my bets, I'm also making a pitch at Marvel. Obviously, DC picked up the Absolute Universe, and I mean, hey, we saw what happened. But man, talk about a real like butterfly effect, alternate history. What would it have been if Marvel said yes?
And like we're kind of seeing like the consequences of them passing on it, where they're like canceling the Ultimate Universe, which was by and large seemingly doing very well for them. So I don't understand why it's being canceled.
We still don't know why they killed it.
Yeah, and then obviously they've got Midnight coming out, which just screams like absolute like
catch up.
Trying to do catch up on that.
Now Snyder didn't give it away because you're a writer and you're never supposed to give away your stories. Like, no, I still might use it later. They still might pay me for it later, actually. But he said that it wouldn't have been absolute. It would have been something completely different. It would have been in continuity because, of course, Marvel doesn't love having extra continuities and Elseworlds outside their main one. And the way he made it sound where it's like, you know, this was going to be like not like a whole publishing initiative, but it was going to be like a major thing that ran through like several books and tied everything together. So, you know, it was like one of those. And I'm like, oh, I really want to know what the pitch was. I really, really want to know. Because Snyder's never really written for Marvel. So it's
No.
like, yeah, what's your Marvel pitch, man? How do you feel about Marvel characters? DC has had you, clamped down so early in your career, and then all your other good ideas goes to your indie work. What is your take on Marvel, Scott Snyder? How do you feel?
Yeah, no, that would have been like quite interesting to see. Like, yeah, I would love to have seen like his Captain America, his Daredevil, all these characters. Yeah, and yeah, if it was like an initiative, I have to imagine it was a giant story that probably would have like reverted everything back to number one, number ones, and something like Krakoa level, basically.
Yeah, something huge like that. And man, if he did, that would have blown so many people's minds, where it's like Snyder taking point at Marvel. And as the chat is saying, like, yeah, he also wrote like Iron Man Noir and everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, something in continuity, something.
Yeah, he hasn't done much Marvel. He's only done like a handful
of stuff here and there. But yeah, if they like let him take the reins of like an initiative, like that would have blown people's minds.
Yeah, no, I think it would have been great. Again, it's like one of those things. I bet Marvel's kicking themselves seeing like the success of Absolute, and yeah, I just want to know where the Ultimates falls in all of this, because they launched around the same time, and then they were very quick to end that Ultimates universe, but also not end it and say it's coming back. So then why end it?
Exactly. Well, apparently, like the Ultimate stuff was in the works for a bit, because obviously, Donny Cates was supposed to do it originally. He was planting seeds. Then he almost died in that horrible car accident, and he's just kind of coming back to it now. And you got to imagine that was maybe the deciding factor, where it's like, we'd like to work with you, Scott, but we kind of already got the ball rolling on this other thing. Mm-hmm. So maybe we don't need your pitch right now.
Yeah.
As the chat is saying, that's like when Sega turned down their chance to make the Sony PlayStation. Yeah, I know, right? That's one of my favorite pieces of history. It was almost the Sega PlayStation.
Yep.
What if? Now, this is my new goal, Matt. We got to get Scott Snyder, blackout drunk at a comic convention and ask him, what was it going to be? What was it going to be? Tell us. I'm dying to know. You have to tell us. But I'm sure he'd be like, no, if I told you, you're just going to get disappointed because they're not going to make it now. You're right. I will be disappointed, but I live with so much disappointment every day. You can't hurt me, Scott. But yeah, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
And this will now be a forever what could have been, right? Now, keeping with the same theme there, we actually got some new art reveals this week for Marvel Midnight. And I got to say, these do actually probably do a better job of actually selling the concept than anything we've seen before. We got Spider-Man, who I like to call him Gimp Spider-Man, because that's really what he looks like.
Yeah, he's just got like a gimp mask on and not much else, and a giant spider protruding from his stomach.
Chest. Which, as we know from the solicitation we've heard, apparently he is enslaved and imprisoned by Osborn and Oscorp. Yeah. And I'm like, see, you know what, you guys, if you were gonna do Spider Gimp, I would have turned the bondage stuff up 100%. I would have kept going, because there's a lot of superheroes where it's like, oh, that's a cool costume. You're also just wearing fetish gear, though, is really what you're wearing on.
Yeah. Midnight art. I guess you could say Batman is almost wearing it too, depending on the artist. Yeah. You're
wearing black leather and spandex, and it's all very tight and form-fitting, and you've all got, masks and everything. And I mean, hell, Catwoman just straight up you carry a whip, for fuck's sake. I would have gone even further, this is cool. This is a cool Spider-Man image. I would have kept going with it. And I'm also reminding myself, too, it's the funny thing about the Absolute Universe is when they showed off that first art of big, bulky Batman with, the giant blobby chest logo, people talked mad shit about that when it was new.
Yeah. Because
it was so crazy and so out of left field and everything. And I'm sure Snyder, felt really good to have so many people eat their fucking words when they read it and saw how gonzo the actual work itself was. And I think the problem with this Spider-Man thing is it's cool, but it's no, not enough people talked about it is the problem. If you're going to do this, you need to get people's tongues a wagging. You need to force them to pay attention by making it a little weirder and a little crazy. We got the X-Men stuff. they look like X-Men.
Yeah,
Kirk
I was
is a
gonna
priest.
say like when I saw all this, I'm like, this just looks like X-Men. What's
Yeah.
what's the thing here? Oh, they're
What's the
fighting
pitch?
vampires. They might be vampires. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, the big difference is like, oh, well, Nightcrawler is in priest garb here. I guess he is going to be, sanctifying weapons and using that as a way to defeat vampires. I'm like, okay, that's a cool way to build on the character. But again, like you said, I feel like I've seen this in the main universe, though. I feel like you guys didn't go far enough with this.
Yeah.
Which how would you go further with that? Would you have them be like ugly Nosferatu vampires? Would you go totally like White Wolf with it? Vampire the Masquerade?
Yeah. Like, do that. Exactly that.
I noticed too, again, I haven't been reading it, but they showed like some of the new costumes because they're not doing a Hellfire Gala this year, but they're having like a Hellfire murder mystery where everyone has new costumes. And because
nice.
it's a Hellfire party, of course, everyone dresses up like it's a goddamn New York sex key party. And I'm like, see, those should have been the costumes you went with Midnight. Because again, there's a lot about mutant society that is a little kinky and a little freaky, as we saw in Krakoa. That's where you should have gone with it.
Yeah, they should have basically just taken the costumes we've seen in the Hellfire Galas and just had them be their main costumes in this universe. They're loud and like colorful, but like they're vampires, and that's their thing. They're killing people all around the city, having parties and drinking their blood. This is weird. And then you got Nightcrawler, who's, I guess because he's the priest, he's like the good guy, maybe.
I guess, which that's a funny thing where it's like, yeah, and here's our good guy, the church. I joke about that, but unfortunately, Pope Leo has been really goddamn based recently with him being like, so AI fucking sucks and is actually deeply ungodly and unholy. And I'm like, wait, am I agreeing with the Pope? Is the year 2026 and the Pope said something that I agreed with? Fuck.
I'm fairly certain the newest Pope is a bit more forward thinking than some of the other ones.
Shockingly, which tells me is that how bad we've gotten with our politicians and everything else now, where the Pope, the guy from the Catholic Church, is like, no, I actually am on the right side of history here. Also, because the Pope said that, I'm pretty sure every Catholic in the world now has an official religious exemption from having to work with AI if they don't want to.
Nice. Cool. I'm sure half of them probably won't, but
yeah, right. I do love the goddamn TikTok edits that came out about that, where it's like, wait, the Pope is telling me that a generative AI is unholy. Is this the start of a crusade? Is this a Deus Vult moment over here? Because look, if I get to burn down some data centers and kick over some clankers, I will.
Yeah. Knowing what I know of 40K, this is the start of getting rid of the AIs. Yeah, it's the dark age of technology.
This is how it begins. I've read this book. Which honestly, you know what? If we're going to have an apocalypse, it might as well be a fun apocalypse, is all I'm saying. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, Marvel Midnight. And then we got a little bit of the Fantastic Four. They're just the regular Fantastic Four, but gross.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen that done before.
I literally went to Venture Brothers did it first, and Venture Brothers did it better.
Venture Brothers did it. DC has done it with the Henshaw family. That
was way back when,
too. Yeah, way back when. Even the mainline Fantastic Four have had arcs where their powers get all fucked up and they turn into monsters. So it's these are all stories we've seen before, guys.
It's literally the first idea everyone has. What if the Fantastic Four were Cronenberg's? What if it was body horror? It seems like it's the same idea everyone has.
And that's why I think this is just going to be something that they saw the success of the Absolute Universe and took the wrong ideas, where it's people like the body horrors and it's all gross and kind of mature, and it's people like that, but they also like the stories these characters are being told, these new iterations of these characters.
Yeah, more than that too, the Absolute Universe has captured a moment in the zeitgeist in the way that most comics don't do, where it's oh shit, They are talking about like real stuff that's actually going on now. They are toppling away. We'll talk about it when we get to Absolute Green Arrow from this week. But there was a moment where I had to actually put the comic down for a minute and be like, "Oh my god, we're actually here now! Holy shit, our real world is as fucked up and dark and dystopian as the Absolute Universe is." Only, you know, we don't have actual superheroes here to save us, so it's actually a little worse. Fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, like it looks fine. Again, we got gross, melty Mr. Fantastic, and all I could think is like, oh, Mr. Fantastic and Marvel Midnight looks like my Marvel Legends Mr. Fantastic figure when I left him out in the sun when I was younger. He looks like a melty action figure, which I'm like, hey, if that was what you were going for, good job, 10 on 10.
Yeah, just melted ice cream man, yeah.
And it's the Thing, but he's not orange and fun. He's like dark now.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Sue or Johnny's powers, have we? All that much?
No, I think we saw just like a couple bits of her body were invisible. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, cool, whatever.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
That's definitely a thing. I mean, shit.
I'm intrigued. Like, I'm not really that interested in it, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it a try. That there has to be like that hook somewhere that we're not seeing yet.
Right. Yeah, that's my thing where I'm like, these cannot be what these are all about. You have to have another thing, right? There has to be a story under this. There has to be a story within the story. Also, are all these things taking place in their own universe? Are these all taking place simultaneously?
Again, they're not being very clear with all this. With Absolute, you had that build up with All In, and then you know they made it very clear. Oh, this is its own universe over here. Here, it's just like, oh, we're stopping all our comics for 1 week so you can experience Midnight. It's like, well, then is it in continuity? Then yeah.
Which weird. Again, that's a hell of a choice too. Stopping everything else and just telling people they have to read these.
Yeah.
Then they better be fucking excellent. Because if they're not, people are going to be so pissed. Where it's like, Jesus Christ, you're having enough problems selling your books now. And now you're taking all the books away, the ones that I do enjoy reading. And you're telling me, gun to my head, I have to read these. Gun to your head. What do you do? Gun to your head. And yeah, maybe that's the big reveal where it's like, look, you got to read all 3 of these books because once you do, you will find out the meta story that connects it all. Maybe the reason why the Marvel Midnight Universe is the way it is and why it's all fucky.
Yeah.
It's Molecule Man. It's always Molecule Man.
He's fucking back. He's doing his things. Yeah, he didn't get his fucking hamburger from Miles.
Yeah, and he's all pissed off.
Yeah.
Now to stop it, you will need to give him 2 hamburgers.
I like that was in the What If Secret Wars, that was the change in that where instead of Miles giving him a hamburger, Peter gave him a pork bun, and in return 616 was destroyed and Peter was dumped on the Ultimate Universe.
Oh, that's fun actually. I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope they don't go obvious with it too, where it's like, oh, Doctor Doom did it, or like Thanos did it, or God help us, Kang did it.
Yeah, I have a feeling Doom's going to be somehow related because like they're trying to make a big push of him. Did you see? I think we talked about it when it first happened, but it came out this week. They released Bendis's infamous Iron Man series. Again, in like a omnibus or something, like a collected edition. It's very cool, but they've retitled it where it's basically the Rise of Doom, and I'm like, fuck, like because they're trying to tie that whole thing where it's like, oh, he's played by Robert Downey Jr., who played Iron Man, and they're trying to make it seem like this series is somewhat related to the movies.
Right. I hate it when they do that. Remember when Harley Quinn was in the Birds of Prey? They're like, oh, the Birds of Prey collection featuring a bunch of Harley stories. And I'm like, Harley wasn't in the Birds of Prey.
Never in it. Yeah.
Hey, guys, did you think I wouldn't notice? And they're like, yeah, it's not for you, stupid. It's for everyone else who's going to pick this up. But yeah, I hate it when they do that. I totally get why they do it. It's basically the comic companies doing their own version of like trying to get a really good thumbnail or like a really good title to get people to pay attention. Where it's like, look, we're all totally shameless on this one. Yeah, well, I'm expected to be shameless. You're not. It's different when I do it. But yeah, the Marvel Midnight artwork, it's a mixed bag. Some of it looks okay. I'm hoping I like it, because god damn it, man, if these suck, or even if they're just mid, it's gonna be a long, long fucking time, isn't it?
I mean, it is. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. It's like I'm reading like Avengers, Armageddon, and like Captain America at the moment from Marvel, because like they're both excellent books, both written by the same person.
Yes. Yep.
And it's like that's the only thing that's interesting me, because it's doing something interesting.
Yes, and they're also kind of like the only books that I would say are like must reads. And yeah, I'm sure like Moon Knight is good. Everything that Philip Kennedy Johnson is doing with Hulk is good, but they're not must reads. You don't have to read them to know what's going on in the universe, because they're kind of living in their own little box right now where they're not really affecting anything else.
I think that's probably the problem with Marvel at the moment, where everything feels like it's all in its own little box.
Yeah,
and it never, like, nothing feels like with DC at the moment, you feel like things are connected, and like, you know, people are crossing over with the issues, and whereas like Marvel, it's like, no, all the Spider-Man books are here, you can't do anything with it. All the Captain America stuff's over here with Armageddon, and it just feels weird.
It is like, you know, a healthy comic universe should make you want to read more comics. It should make you want to check out what's happening in the other stuff right now.
Yeah, hell, is there even an Avengers book going on at the moment?
No, there isn't. They're waiting until Armageddon is done to restart it.
God damn.
Which, hey, you know, respect them for doing that, to be like, no, we're going to actually let this one slumber for a little bit. And yeah, you got, you know, like your Invincible Iron, or, you know, Joshua Williamson's Iron Man and everything. But again, that kind of feels like, hey, here's Williamson's sandbox where he gets to play.
Yeah, that feels very cut off from everything.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely a Marvel book where it's like,
Good.
Oh, I got to read this. Same with Stephanie Phillips' Daredevil. Oh, this is good. I gotta read this. And like, yeah, Spider-Man is showing up and everything, but that's more because like, hey, gang, did you know I have a movie that comes out at the end of the month? Because I do.
Yeah.
It's like, Spider-Man, I don't think you needed to do this. I think people were gonna go see your movie regardless because you're Spider-Man. You don't need to try so hard, Spider-Man, to get us to like you. We already like you. Which, again, don't get me wrong, I actually love his cameos and other stuff, because he gets to be written by other people for a minute.
He does, and we'll talk about that when we talk about Captain America.
Yes, because they do it again. Zdarsky did it twice. Where he's like, look, in case you didn't hear me the first time, I'm going to say it again. What else we got going on? Oh, I guess our last piece of news this week. Hey, Absolute Green Arrow got extended. It's not a mini anymore. They got at least 6 more issues added to it.
Yes, it's now a 12-issue series.
Which makes me wonder, hey, this has been like a really, you know, pointed, really laser-focused mystery series where I really assumed that this was all going to end with an unmasking. Is that going to happen now?
I was thinking, I have to assume they wrote it for 6 issues, and then the next 6 issues were probably... Like, I have to assume Pacheco wrote it in a way where it can finish in 6. If not, he can extend it out. Or we'll get like a second arc.
Yeah, I'd be fine with either.
Yeah.
ChemDog in the chat helping us out there. Actually, Avengers Armageddon is technically the Avenger book now. It has the legacy numbering. Okay, I missed that, actually.
Fucking Marvel and their legacy, they're always trying to cheat to get to those issue thousands. God damn it.
They love it. They love doing that. And it always gets like smaller and smaller in the corner, the legacy numbering. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because, like, yeah, it's the next very important part of Avengers. Like, I appreciate that they're calling it what it is, but, like, they very easily could have been like, yeah, Zdarsky's just writing Avengers now. He's writing it early before we change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess leaving it off that Absolute Green Arrow, hey, that's all the news. We want to talk about what we read this week. We should start with Absolute Green Arrow, which is still ongoing.
We should start it, yeah.
Yeah, another great issue. Just when I think I know where the book is going, just when I think I kind of have it figured out, they flip the desk completely. Like, no, you don't.
Oh, man. This was like the big reveal issue. And it makes sense. This is halfway through the original run. So, yeah, it makes sense to have like some big revelations in this issue.
Absolutely. This is basically Dinah Lance. She's cornered Roy Harper after he tried to dig up Ollie's body in the last issue, and it's like, okay, what the hell do you know? What the hell has been going on with you and Ollie? And man, they do this with everyone, but they especially do it with Roy, where it's like, wow, what an interesting, layered, nuanced, not always happy and heroic version of these Green Arrow characters.
Exactly, yeah. I love this take on Roy. He's so interesting. He actually has some like good characterization here. He feels like an actual like three-dimensional character, which sometimes the mainline Roy, yeah, sometimes he doesn't really feel like that.
And not all of it good. I know I've seen some other like hardcore Green Arrow fans who I follow on like TikTok and everything. They were actually a little upset by this one, where it's like, oh, so is everyone, completely tarnished, and is everyone, like dark and messed up? No one has anything redeemable going for them. And I'm like, oh, that is kind of a thing in the absolute universe. Yeah. Even Batman right now.
So it's a world created by Darkseid,
Yeah, like Superman had his era. Even like Batman is struggling right now to be the Batman we know. And for a character like Roy, where it's like, well, yeah, he always had the darkness, he always had the issues in him, so you just fucking turn that up to 100. And I love the idea where it's like, okay, so he was already a millionaire in this world. How did he make his money? Oh, with a pharmaceutical app? Oh, that's hilarious. The famous My Ward is a Junkie works in the drug industry. Holy shit.
Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing what Roy would be like without like Oliver's like oversight there, and like what type of person he would turn out to be. And he's like a pharmaceutical CEO.
Yeah, and a bit of a mess. They don't say he's getting high on his own supply, but I think it's heavily implied that he's getting high on his own supply.
Just like the way he looks and like dresses and stuff. It's like, yeah, you're probably kind of a junkie. You're a functional junkie.
Yeah, widely paranoid. I've been up for days and everything trying to unravel conspiracies that only I can see, though there actually is a conspiracy and he actually is right.
He's right, yeah.
But yeah, so what we find out is that him and Ollie met when they were both just millionaires, when Ollie's app was taking off and everything. They were friends because they both loved archery. And I love Dinah takes his bow away from him and sticks him to the wall with a red arrow. And I'm like, that's fun. He still has a red bow. And Ollie opened up to him and told him secrets that he never told anyone else, like his, relationship on the rocks with his sister Emiko, who will also become Red Arrow at some point. And I'm like, oh shit, Emiko exists in this universe too, and is also maybe another red herring, and also maybe another suspect.
Yes, much like Roy.
Because hey, her mom was Shadow in the other universe, who was like a friggin' villain, and also like recurring character, and like, oh, she's already an assassin, so ooh, that's interesting. And they kind of had a falling out after Ollie got richer. He stopped being just a millionaire and became a billionaire and got a whole new group of friends, including Jubal Slade and Hector Hammond and the Reese Tyler guy. And it's like, oh, wow, once again, painting a really flawed picture of Oliver Queen, where it's like, yeah, he made bad choices. He stood by people he shouldn't have, and he abandoned friends along the way with money. Wow, how about that? And just when it looked like he was going to turn his life around and dedicate himself to heroics, he gets fucking killed.
Yeah, I definitely thought they were building towards it with that second issue where like, oh, he's friends with all of these people because he's come to realize it's like, oh, there's like, I've got to do this it's like a means to an end sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of like how it was, and his life was just cut short before he had the chance to get to that means that he wanted to.
And then it's like the extra layer of, like darkness that they add on, where it's like, oh shit, Roy inadvertently got Ollie killed because he was the last one that Ollie talked to. Ollie said, look, I'm going after Jubal, I'm going after all these guys, I'm going to become Green Arrow. And Roy freaked the fuck out because he's like, yeah, my pharmaceutical company, it's not going good. I need angel investors, I need billionaires, all who happen to be in the pocket of Hector Hammond. So I needed to delete my digital footprint in any relationship to Ollie, which probably tipped Hammond off to what was going on. So that's why Roy is all fucked up too, because he blamed blames himself for very well getting Ollie killed. And I'm like, oh, that's so dark and so messed up and so perfect for the Absolute universe.
Yeah, it's exactly what I thought was going to happen with Roy. I knew he was going to betray him in some way, but it's such a tragic way where it's like, oh, he didn't mean to really do that.
It was an accident.
Yeah.
And of course, because of that, he's been looking into Hammond and all of his, connections. And he discovers, hey, remember that Zatil guy who was murdered in the last issue? He was a count of Latvia, which is the place the Count Vertigo comes from. Well, apparently that royal family gifted Jubal Slade an island where he could human traffic little girls. And I'm like, oh my God, we are just doing Epstein. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
It's Epstein all the way down.
It's so funny how, Pasheshot has been deploying the stuff with Jubal Slade, where it's at the start, it was like, oh, there's all these photos of him with questionably aged girls and all that, and there's oh, and then there's he had all these allegations, and it's and now he has an island and it's like, oh yeah, he's just Epstein. He's just Epstein.
A private island, and they're like, wow, that's horrible. And Roy's like, nah, that's just the tip of the iceberg, because all these billionaires, all these rich assholes in Hector Hammond's circle, eventually they all get obsessed with longevity, because, when you're a rich a-hole who thinks you're better than everyone, eventually you come to the horrible realization of, oh no, I can't take my money with me. What do I do? How do I live forever? And I'm like, oh fuck, they're all Peter Thiel. They're Peter Thiel and his secret inner circle that got leaked just a while ago of politicians and CEOs and goddamn Joseph Gordon-Levitt for some reason.
They all want to stop aging. They want to live forever, and they're doing that because Hammond recently acquired Reese Tyler's company, whose uncle Rex Tyler, who's the hero Owlman, actually
makes the Miraclo.
Yeah, makes the Miraclo, and he wants to use that to try and develop some sort of anti-aging drug, because the Miraclo boosts strength, endurance, and all of this other stuff, and he's trying to parlay that into some sort of anti-aging remedy. Yeah.
As all these fucking rich guys do in real life. Again, the comic didn't make that up, people. They actually do this. Peter Thiel was taking blood transfusions from his own son because he thought that would make him live forever. It didn't. And then Peter Thiel also got really into fucking religion afterwards, because again, these rich guys are now all falling for the oldest grift in the world, where it's like, hey, if you want to live forever and science can't help you, let me tell you about my friend Jesus.
Yeah,
he can help you live forever.
If you give enough money to the churches. Yeah.
God, I cannot believe that grift is still alive and well in this day and age. Hey, Mr. Rich Man, who, is maybe worried about their eternal soul and all this ill-gotten gain you can't bring with them. Well, let me tell you about a little place called Heaven. I'll sing you a song about it. And of course, they find, at an airfield, oh no, here's a bunch of fucking Hammond's messed up experiments. And they're all named after nursery rhymes: Mother Goose, Hickory Dickory Dock, and Solomon motherfucking Grundy.
Yes, and he's covered in those eyes that child was covered in, which points to that child being a Hammond experiment and
creation.
I guess nothing related to Oliver. Maybe he saved the child and the child died.
Quite possible. Yeah. Maybe that was the thing that finally woke Ollie up to be like, okay, these guys aren't just your regular evil rich people. These guys are actual monsters walking the earth, and I have to stop them.
Trafficking children to use in experiments or something,
Which also fits perfectly with what Jack Grimm is doing over in the Absolute book. I'm sure Jack Grimm looks at Hector Hammond, he's like, fucking amateur.
Yeah, because this isn't Hammond's first experiment. He was in the Green Lantern book, and he was trying to get a hold of the Green Lantern to use for stuff like this as well.
And to have it be Grundy, too, is perfect, because it's like, oh, yeah, what do we know about Grundy? He's an immortal zombie. The entire nursery rhyme, Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. He dies and is reborn over and over again.
Yep, I have to wonder as well whether that's also tied into what we saw of Calendar Man in Absolute Batman, with them maybe trying to figure out how that works as well, because that's very similar too.
Yes, and it also seems like Grimm is the one person who actually did it. Grimm is the guy who's
but he's like a literal demon monster thing.
So. He might actually be Satan. We're not sure. His Batcave is deep down a hallway, and there's a lot of Satan imagery with him.
Yeah.
he might be science. He might have sold his soul. He seems to be drinking babies, but we're not sure what that's about. But yeah, it's all coming together thematically, isn't it? It also begs the question, like, okay, so what the hell's the deal with the Green Arrow in this thing? Is he another failed experiment? Is he Ollie back from the grave? Is he someone taking Miraclo to make them super when they're not?
Yeah, is he like Solomon? Is he an undead zombie?
Yeah, when we take off the mask, is there going to be a bunch of eyes there? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. And again, like, do you still reckon it's like a group of people like doing this?
That was my theory at first, where it's like, oh yeah, well, this has got to be like a Hot Fuzz Murder on the Orient Express situation. Now I don't know. Now I'm like, shit, well, after this reveal, now that I know there's actual monsters and zombies, now I don't know. Where it's like, yeah, this might be a shadow thing. This might be Imiko being like, yeah, I went to my mom, who was a famous assassin. I do have a new theory, though. I think by the time this is done, I think they will have defeated the Green Arrow longbow killer. And I think it will end, though, with Dinah being like, oh, shit, the symbol of Green Arrow has become so much more important than just this one guy's crimes. I think she's going to become Green Arrow after this. And that's what the next 6 issues is going to be about.
Oh, that could be interesting. Yeah.
Because they're playing with that idea here where it's like, oh, the Hammond's mercenaries almost caught the Green Arrow, but he got away because regular citizens helped him. And it's like the true crime novelist, she's like, isn't it kind of fucked up that our world is so bad right now that people are lionizing an obvious serial killer who is clearly not doing these things for like the good of his own heart and of people. This is clearly deeply personal revenge. But in a world where no one has any heroes, a guy who goes around killing rich billionaire Epstein criminals can be lauded as a hero and a savior.
It's fantastic. It's so fucking cool.
Again, geez, I wonder who are they talking about in this situation? Luigi. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's that, and then it's also this level too of being like, you know, but maybe Green Arrow doesn't always have to be that, though. Maybe someone can actually rescue this idea, this symbol, and maybe turn it into something else.
Yeah, maybe, and that's probably what Dinah's story gonna be, where her realizing that. Though there's also like the stuff with Dinah, where like she finds out all the stuff with Oliver. There's the stuff with like her father, how he's like dying and everything. So like they could easily set her up by her realizing it's like, oh yeah, this world is shit. Like everything needs to end. Like they could go hard on to that though.
Yeah, that depends. Do we find hope by the end, or do we find nihilism? And right now, Green Arrow has been a pretty nihilistic book.
That would be really interesting, because that would be kind of the opposite of what Green Arrow usually is.
Yes, right?
Yeah, which would be like, that would be really an interesting way to take the character.
The other shoe that has yet to drop, but they brought it up again. Something bad happened with Dinah's mother, and it shamed the whole family. And that's interesting because, of course, you know, in the old universe, her mom was the original Black Canary. She's the second one, but she's the more famous one. Yeah. Clearly, that has to be part of this, where it's like, okay, what did Dinah's mom do, and what does it relate for? What did she cover up for who?
Do you reckon maybe she was Black Canary in this universe, and fucking Hawkman fingered her to the cops, like he did with all the other JSA members?
Oh, I like that a lot, actually. Yeah, maybe that's why. Whereas he's like, look, I didn't even need to kill her. Yeah. I knew she was going to be like Watchmen-style heroing at night, so I just dropped a dime on her to the other cops.
Because remember, Hawkman's going to appear in this series at some point.
Yes, because he actually is Green Arrow's killer. And I feel like, ooh, are we going to get to see that from Ollie's point of view in this? Are we going to actually get to see his murder at the hand of Hawkman? Which is funny, because now Hawkman is redeeming himself over in the Superman book, and he realizes, I don't want to do this anymore. That's what we got to see. We got to see Longbow Hunter Dinah actually come face-to-face with Hawkman and him be like, oh, shit, I guess this came back to bite me, didn't it?
Oh, man. Oh, so good.
And also, it's like, hey, we're both birds. I'm a canary, you're a hawk.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a little bit bigger than me. You're like the predator to me, but yeah.
Also, Dinah doesn't have her scream yet. Will she get her scream by the end of this? Will they maybe do some experimental shit to her, and maybe she gets her power?
Maybe. I think they're going to keep her. I think they're going to keep her relatively grounded, because, like, as I said, when she got her costume, quote unquote, I don't think we're going to get like the fishnets or like the long blonde hair or anything like that.
But again, I wonder if they'll work up to the scream some way. Like maybe she'll take some of that Miraclo. Maybe Ollie will be like, "Hey, I made this for you. Here's like in case of my death, take this shot because it's the only thing that'll help you to, you know, defend yourself from the actual real monsters who run the world."
Maybe she uses sonic arrows.
See, bring it together. That could work. And also, because the Green Arrow costume is so perfect, because it's like it casts a total gender neutral silhouette and it has a mask that covers your face, so it could be anyone.
Yeah.
I like it. But yeah, absolute Green Arrow continues to win. It's not a feel-good read. It's not a happy read. I can understand why it's turning some people off. It is challenging, and as it stands right now, it is wildly nihilistic.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I really like it. It's like, oh yeah, we can do this in this universe, and we've done it with all these other characters, and this one's going a lot harder than a lot of those other books. But yeah, it's fucking great. It's so good.
It is. It is. I'm all about it. What else did you have this week, Matt?
What did I have? I had what did I had? Oh, well, we'll talk about Avengers Armageddon issue 2.
Yes, absolutely. This one continued to surprise me. I thought they were going to drag out the fight with Red Hulk and his Gamma Troopers for longer than they did. But no, superpowered Captain Colton, you know, ended the whole thing in like an afternoon.
Yeah, it was very interesting. It's speeding up a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, he comes in with the Avengers, and I like that his whole thing is that he believes the heroes talk too much. So across this entire issue, I think he utters like 2 or 3 sentences because he's the man of action. He's there to take down Red Hulk, and he's not going to let him stop and monologue and talk and everything his way out of this.
And, you know, also seeing how these new godlike powers are affecting a guy like Colton, where it's like, yeah, you had a chance before to be a hero, to be a symbol, to, you know, be the new Captain America, and you failed and fucked it up pretty hard. Now you're getting a chance to basically be Superman in a world that doesn't have it. And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to fuck it up right now. But in doing so, he's kind of almost developed this like little man feeling, this like, you know, Napoleon complex around himself where he's so afraid of screwing up, he's only going to screw up.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful thing where I'm like, man, what a great arc Zdarsky has written for him to be like, wow, you know, this absolute power did not make him feel better at all. It only magnified the problems that were always there.
He's basically retreading the steps we saw Doom do and then Salvation do, where like, oh yeah, he's now in a position of power, and it's gonna blow up in his face. It's bringing him into blows with the Avengers because of the way he's dealing with these problems. The world isn't going to like him for what he is doing because, yeah, across this entire issue, he basically destroys most of Symkaria.
Yes, so beautifully well said, Matt. You're right. That is a theme Zdarsky is playing with, and that is power changes everyone.
Yep.
Even if you don't think it does, power absolutely changes everyone. Damn, that is so good. I did not even consider that, but you're right. Zdarsky has been basically telling one story. The only person it didn't change and didn't corrupt was Steve, but Steve's not around anymore. No. So everyone's kind of groping to figure this out. And in a way, it's almost like Zdarsky is trying to mirror what he's doing with Spider-Man with what he's doing with Colton, because Spider-Man is also dealing with feelings of inadequacy and being like, look, you know, I don't think I can be this Avengers level hero. I don't think I can actually help in wars, you know, these things where there's a lot of, you know, political blowback and everything. And it's like, oh, that's interesting. Spider-Man also has his own small man complex he's dealing with. I don't know if it 100% works, because as someone who has read comics where it's like, bitch, Spider-Man, you have been involved in so many events. You have gone to space, motherfucker, and Battle World. And shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that was my one thing I didn't like about the first issue of Avengers Armageddon, where it's like, I said that felt like it was something that was mandated by the Spider-Man editorial, where it's like, oh, we got to keep him out of these events because of what we're doing. Or, you know, you can't be playing around with all this where people can see, oh, he can be a good character.
But now Zdarsky has done it twice in 2 different books. And like, I get it. I think he's planting seeds because obviously Spider-Man is going to be on the new Avengers team after Armageddon. I think that's what he's doing. And even in this issue, Spider-Man even says, was that right for me not to go? Was it right for me to basically stay and guard the base? I feel like I'm not being responsible enough, and responsibility is kind of my whole thing. I'm guessing that's the arc. It's going to end with Spider-Man being like, no, I do need to actually be a bigger presence in the Marvel universe. I think I need to rejoin the Avengers for the first time since like the Bendis era.
It feels like that, like, yeah, and there'll be like maybe something where like Cap inspires him when we're with Cap like coming back from the brink of death and everything, and inspiring all these other heroes to join up the Avengers as well. Maybe I can see where it's building towards.
I also think from this issue, I'm like, oh, and Spider-Man's going to either be the one to defeat Colton or to get him back from going rogue.
Because they set up that stuff, and
because Colton and Spider-Man are basically going through the same story, but from different levels, and they like each other. That's the thing where Colton's like, I really like you, Spider-Man, because you keep fighting the good fight, even when people keep kicking you while you're down.
Yep.
Which is a beautiful in-universe thing, and I think that's Zdarsky also talking about the current crop of stories and editorial. Yeah, people love you even though they've been kicking you while you've been down for like 20 years. Stop it, please stop it. I don't have any friends or relations. My job doesn't matter anymore. Stop it. There's been no major breakthroughs in my personal life ever, but like Aunt May could have a secret son we don't know about. Please stop kicking me. I just want to have my life back, please. You'll get an alien girlfriend and you'll like it.
That's still a thing, isn't it? That's still happening, right?
It is. I thought they had gotten rid of those characters, but no, Rylith is staying and Glitch is staying, and they're just living in Spider-Man's tiny fucking apartment in New York now. He just has 3 aliens living with them.
God damn. And like a better writer probably could do something with that. Like we've seen that before, where he's been roomied with like Robbie Robertson and what's his name, Boomerang and everything, and all those. And it's like, this is interesting. This is fun. Yeah.
They're trying. To Kelly's credit, he is trying. I'm glad he didn't throw out the baby with the bathwater on Rayla. She does challenge Peter in an interesting way, because like she saw that once he learned the cousin thing, he was being all self-destructive, and he's like, fine, I'm gonna go pick a fight with Tombstone and Vulture in the Fight Club because I don't give a shit. And she actually took what could have been a potentially deadly blow for him, because she's like, yeah, I see you being self-destructing and self-hating, dude. I've been there. I know it, and I know that getting fucking hurt's not going to make you feel better. Maybe you need to like take an inward journey and look at yourself. I'm like, oh, that's nice actually, to have someone actually tell Peter that to his face.
Yeah.
And as the chat is saying, and now Boomerang is Venom. Yes, that's right. Boomerang is another Venom now, and I think we'll be getting another book. I forget what his symbiote is called. It's called something. Though, interestingly enough, what is it? Boomerang's Venom form looks more like Spider-Man, because he still has a love and appreciation for Spider-Man all this time later.
God damn it.
Crazy, right? But yeah, Avengers Armageddon, cool stuff. They defeat Ross, and then like the Winter Guard and the Russians just steal him away, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I assumed that it's like, oh yeah, obviously Red Hulk is going to be the one to bring about Armageddon. And this book is like, nah, that's the fucked up thing about the end of the world. It's a group project. We all have a part to play in this, actually.
Yeah, he's going to become... I reckon he might become brainwashed by Winter Guard or like the Russians. And from what we've seen of like Future Arc, where he's in like that really regal military uniform, and he's like killing the heroes, that's like a brainwashed like Hulk.
Oh, man, how fun would that be? We put the Red Hulk in the Red Room, so now he loves communism with the same fervor he loved America.
Yeah, we broke the guy who, like, loves America more than Captain America does and turned him. It's like, that's topical.
I, Thunderbolt Ross, will smash, we'll smash the means of production and return it to everyone. The bourgeoisie will be poisoned by my gamma radiation. There's a lot of fun you could have with that. With communist Red Hulk, there's a lot of fun you could have there. But yeah, it's a very fun issue, and it ends with, Iron Man finding what we now know was Ross's future-telling device. Seriously, everyone has a goddamn future-telling device in this. Yeah. And Iron Man sees the bombs go off, and I'm like, oh, that's the Armageddon in Avengers Armageddon right there. That's the one.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to take this device and try and pair it with that one he made in issue 1, that weird Iron Dome, whatever the fuck he called it thing.
Yeah, right. As everyone was quick to say, hey, Captain Marvel and Iron Man, didn't you guys fight a whole civil war over future-telling devices not that long ago, and now you're just kind of cool with it?
Yeah, I have a feeling Tony's probably not going to say anything to Carol here.
No. My theory holds strong is that most superheroes have short-term memory loss from all the hits to the head they suffer. That's why this shit doesn't happen. It's like, well, I don't remember that. I just remember Fuzzy, and then they just drool a little bit. But yeah, that's Armageddon is interesting. It's going cool places. I will be very fascinated, and it's going to be short too. It's only 5 issues with no tie-ins.
Yeah.
So it will actually be over before we know it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where they're going to go with that. Because, yeah, that'll probably end about the time they start moving offices. Midnight's coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. On the same note there, Captain America number 13 also dropped this week. The book that, explains why Steve isn't involved in any of this. That's because he's in hell, teaming up with Dr. Doom to try and overthrow Mephisto and make a kinder, gentler hell for human souls.
Yeah, and they're going on their own little odyssey.
They are. I love Doom's reasoning where it's like, well, why would Doom want to overthrow hell? And you think like, oh, is he going to put himself on the throne? No, I'm going to have someone else do it. And I don't hate Mephisto because he's a villain. I hate Mephisto because I used to be a god. And I mean, he's running a sloppy shop, honestly. I mean, there's improvements that could be made to this whole hell design is all I'm saying. That's fucking hilarious. And the fact that in hell, Steve Rogers has basically like whole new powers unto himself because like demon chains and shit just do not hurt him at all because his soul is too pure. I love that. That's so awesome. The best part, though, is that Mephisto's like, okay, look, I need someone to track Steve, someone who knows him. Hey, Red Skull, you've been dead for a while. Would you like to go after Captain America? And I love how Zdarsky writes Red Skull just so shit-eatingly delusional.
Yeah, he's so cool. I love his new design, too, where he's, like,
really
kind
good.
of embracing, like, the Cenobite, where he's got, like, the leather jacket and the inside is, like, made up of, like, people's flayed skin. So
Beautiful.
fucking cool. So fucking cool.
Creepy, beautiful. It's also kind of like a smoking jacket too, so he's kind of like Hugh Heftering it around hell. And he's talking, and Mephisto's like, look, if you do this for me, I'll give you a boon. And Schmidt's like, well, actually, I have a problem with me being here in hell at all, because, I was part of a glorious master race, and, we were promised, a glorious afterlife when we died. And Mephisto's like, wow, you suck even by the standards of a supervillain. Holy shit. You actually don't think you belong here. Oh my God. I love you, dude. You're fun. And of course, because it's the Red Skull, he's not even working for Mephisto for like 5 minutes before he's like, nah, I'm going to go into business for myself, actually. And it's like, geez, who is Red Skull going to find to help him here in the pits of hell? Oh, entire legions of Nazis who came here. That's hilarious, and part of me is like, how many of those dead guys do you think Cap sent here back in his heyday?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, Cap or like, Howling Commandos, yeah.
That's what I want. I want Cap to see those guys. I'm like, I remember you, I remember you, I remember you. I shot you in the head. I crushed your windpipe with my boot, blew you up with a grenade. I flamethrowered you. It's like Cotton Hill, when Cotton Hill's like, yes, I saw those fitted men I killed on the other side, and they're angry. Captain America, I mean, I never thought I would be here, but now I actually have the joy of killing you all again, there and by destroying your souls completely. And you're thinking, well, it's like, well, is Steve going to have all the fun, with faces from his past? No, Dr. Doom gets one, too. We get another cool bounty hunter in hell after the group, and it's a lady who we find out she's got, like, this really cool, like...
it's like a Sentai costume. It's like a bug, like a praying mantis.
Yeah, like a praying mantis costume.
Yeah. It looks like something out of, like, Power Rangers or, like, Shin Kamen Rider or something.
Yeah, it's super awesome. And I'm like, who the hell is this person? And we find out it's a lady, and she takes off her helmet. And it's like, oh, don't you remember me, Victor? It's me, Valeria von Frazen, your lady love who you sacrificed for power back in the fucking 60s.
Yeah, that's a deep, deep pull.
That is, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. She has been in hell fuming this whole time, waiting for her revenge. And I'm like, yes, of course, she's a praying mantis. Because what does a praying mantis do after it mates with a male praying mantis? Cuts off its fucking head.
Yeah.
Great use of that. And even Doom is shocked too, like, oh, yeah, crap, I've made a lot of enemies too, haven't I? Damn. But yeah, Captain America continues to be cool. If Captain America can't take part of the event, I'm really happy that he's got, that happening?
Yeah, he's going to come back at the end of the event. He's going to come out of that coma, and yeah, it's going to be pretty cool seeing him come back and help out. I imagine like between him and Spider-Man, like are going to take down David at some point. Because they both have like ties to him. Makes kind of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, good shit. Kim Duck saying that no, that was actually from the Mark Waid Fantastic Four one when he sacrificed her and wore her skin as armor. The comic said it was from 61, unless they didn't like legacy number Fantastic Four at that point.
That was before they started doing the legacy numbers.
Yeah, that like Fantastic Four just kept going because the book said, hey, this happened in this issue back in 61. So either the book is wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong, Kim Duck. You're probably right. I thought that's where I knew her from because she's named Valeria, and that's why Richard's daughter is named Valeria.
Val, yeah.
Yeah, as like a tribute to her, which that's gonna fuck her up too. She probably has some thoughts about that as well. You sacrificed me, wore my skin, and then you named your, not quite daughter after me. You fuck. No, it's okay. We're selling redemption now. You can go to heaven, I promise. Hell isn't forever. That's great too, like just from a moral standpoint, a dude who's good as Captain America. It's like, yeah, I kind of don't like the idea of hell in this Christian context where it's like, yeah, God is all loving and all forgiving. Unless you fuck up enough to go to hell, and then you're never coming out. It's all eternity. all that love and redemption is thrown out the fucking window the second you go to hell. Yep. It doesn't matter what kind of infraction. No, it doesn't actually matter at all. We punish everyone equally, from the jaywalkers to the genocidal maniacs.
Everyone is equal in hell. Yeah.
Yeah. This drunk driver and these literal Nazi supervillains, we all punish exactly the same. That's fucking nuts. But yeah, it's good shit. What else did I have? I think I only had like one more book this week, actually. What about you?
Yeah, I had two more books, yeah.
Was one of them Dark Knights of Steel 2, issue number 1?
Yes, that was what I was going to talk about next, yes.
All right, let's talk about that then. So yeah, I was a little worried coming into this one because like, it's been so long since the original Dark Knights of Steel. I almost don't remember what happened in that book. Thankfully, though, they do a good job getting you up to speed, and this is a book that both takes place in the past and present.
Yeah, and it does contain a supplemental page that kind of fills you in on the story of like what's been going on. Yeah.
Because a lot happened in that first series. There was a lot of shifting loyalties. There was a lot of side characters who only showed up for a minute. I had to remind myself, I'm like, oh yeah, Waller tried to fuck over everyone and sell them out to the White Martians, and she got away with it.
Yeah.
Classic fucking Waller, but by killing Deadshot. So yeah, she got away with it. We actually start off, surprisingly enough, with like an intro that perfectly mirrors the intro of the first series, but only instead of the L's falling to Earth, it's like, and there was a magical stone that fell to Earth, and it was fought over by Queen Atlanta, Arthur's mother from Atlantis, and fucking Darkseid.
Yeah, the Doomstone, which I guess is Doomsday. They're going to be related to Doomsday.
Ooh, I didn't think of that.
I only say that just because like the way when it hits the ground, it starts to grow a little bit, and it grows like these like big rocky spines, and like kind of looks like Doomsday is like the spikes on Doomsday.
That's a good thought. My mind went to Eclipso. I'm like, oh shit, is it the Eclipso diamond?
Ooh, have they combined those two characters?
They do that, or is this Red Kryptonite?
Ooh, yeah. I could see it being Red Kryptonite.
Is it some shit like that? I don't know, but I love Darkseid's medieval redesign because he always wears armor, and the new gods are kind of unstuck from time anyway. But he's got like this like little page boy hood and just like a big medieval mace. Yeah,
it looks really cool. It kind of makes me think of like Sauron a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really awesome. And then we go to the Isle of Bloodhaven, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know Tom Taylor is writing this because he really pushed that in his Nightwing run, where it's like, no, Bloodhaven's a port city, man. It's a nautical city, man. And here it's basically like the Isle of Essos there, where everything else is very medieval Europe. This is very like Renaissance Italy, Renaissance Spain, where everyone's got little feathers in their hats.
Yeah, and it's overseen by King Carmine Falcone.
Nice.
And his fucking psycho of a son, Victor.
Yes, not quite Joffrey. Who do we think Victor is? Because there's a lot of fucking Victors in DC. I'm like, is this Victor Strange? It can't be Victor Freeze. He was in that All Winter book. Is it Victor Zsasz? He sure is a little psycho.
Yeah, again, I think they might be combining characters. Maybe he's a little bit of like Alberto with Victor, and like, yeah,
Right.
I guess like they're trying to make a new character because he's the same age as Kal-El and Zala and Bruce. So like he's going to grow up to be a villain for them, I imagine.
Yeah, because the implication is that he wasn't really Falcone's son.
No.
The implication is like, I loved your mother, she died, and I'm only raising you because of her. And I'm like, oh, okay. So
he's a bastard son. He's a bastard.
He's a bastard.
Yeah,
though not a bastard Prince of Bats, a different type of bastard. So he's a little Joffrey, and he's a little what is it? The goddamn dude who flays people.
Ramsay. Ramsay Bolton. Yeah. Yeah, and they go and see the Kingdom of Metropolis and Jor-El and everything, and they gift the kids Crypto and Ace.
Yeah. What a pull! What a happy day that gets very sad in a few minutes.
very grim. Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. I'm like, holy shit! Did they actually fucking do this?
It's a Tom Taylor book. He likes doing this sort of stuff.
Yeah, this time the dog does not live. If you go to that website, doesthedoglive.com,
yeah.
Not in this one, he doesn't.
Yeah, well, at least we know one does. We know Crypto does, but Victor gets his hands on Ace and ends up killing the dog.
Also, this was long enough ago. I'm assuming Crypto also passed away because Crypto was just a normal dog who lives a normal dog's lifespan, unfortunately.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Look, it's okay. He lived a long, happy life. We're sure of it. It's okay. Look, I'm sure he's buried somewhere in the back of the castle, and I'm sure they visit his grave regularly. or it's one of those things where it's like, nah, actually, Lara and Jor-El didn't want the kids to be sad because they had superpowers. There's been like 5 Cryptos over the years. Don't tell them.
Yeah, no, they've never noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, only Alfred knew that. Yeah. He burned up in the last series.
Yeah. Alfred was Crypto for a while because he was a shapeshifter. Remember, because he was Manhunter. Yeah.
Oh, this is the good lore. We're writing the good lore now. But yeah, it's an important, auspicious day in the present because the Amazonian kingdom has decided that for today only, they're going to finally start letting men into their kingdom because it's an important day for Princess Zala. She's being made officially a member of the Amazon community, I guess, so she can go to the next level with her relationship with Wonder Woman, who is not actually queen anymore. She stepped down and let Philibus actually lead, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, they're allowing their little Justice League group onto the island, which is the Kingdom of Metropolis. Then you got the Jefferson Pierce family there as well with their kingdom, and they are all allowed to come in. And I like the little part that Cal has with John, where he's like, Constantine wants him to be the first on land, and Superman just picks him up and puts him down on the ground. And it's like, it's very funny.
Because if you remember, in the first series, Clark was technically the first man.
Yeah, and they didn't treat him very well.
No, he didn't step foot, though. He hovered. That was his way around. It's like, look, I'm flying, I'm hovering, I'm not actually setting foot here. But hey, by being there and being tortured, he got to meet Lois. And he's all excited to go back because he's like, oh, I get to meet Lois again. Yeah,
because she's like she's like an envoy, they have an actual name for her, I can't remember, but she's like a scout. For basically the medieval version of a reporter.
Yes, which I love that. It's like, doesn't matter what time or universe she's in, Lois is always dedicated to the news. Her job is always news.
Yeah, and while they're doing that, we learned that Bruce is off on his own little side quest, basically trying to find himself and travel the world, teach himself some skills. He's in Bibbo's bar, and he gets into a brawl with all these soldiers.
With Blockbuster.
Yeah, Blockbuster. And because he's also kind of sort of got powers, he's able to take him down very easily. And he ends up running into Talia, who asks, hey, you don't have to do this whole, solo Vision quest alone. I'll come with you and we'll, team up and maybe have a son at some point.
Yeah, right. Hey, I hate my dad too. Can we like hang out together? And it's so great. She really dresses him down good because Batman's like, by God, how did you find me? And she's like, you wear a pointed bat helmet and you fight people everywhere you go. It's pretty
Yeah.
fucking easy.
Yeah, you stand out in a crowd.
And he's like, oh, I'm sorry for my current accommodations. It's no palace. They're not as nice and warm as you think. To which she says, bitch, I was raised by the demon's head, who in this world is also Etrigan. I think your problems don't match up much to mine. I grew up in a necropolis with undead assassins.
Yeah, this is really nice compared to that, yeah.
Yeah, I like this Talia a lot, who is just unafraid to dress Bruce down at every turn.
She's very fun, yeah.
She is fun, and the ceremony goes off without a hitch. Zala is made an official member of the Amazon community, but there's a dark cloud hanging over everything because everyone says Zala's not acting normal. She's acting tired, which for Kryptonians, that doesn't happen usually.
No, something is affecting her, and we might find out what that exactly might be as a giant kraken attacks the island, and the heroes all have to try and fight it. And this is where we're introduced to this world's Aquaman.
Yes, he was mentioned back in the first series as the first, magical son that Kent's raised, because they didn't raise Clark in this universe. No. And I think in that All Winter book, we got a backup story that gave his origin. He's a king in exile because Emperor Black Manta took over the kingdom, and he heard about this league, these kingdoms that have come together. What is it, to pursue justice? A league of the just, if you will. That sounds cool and like something I would like to be a part of.
Yeah, he's able to take down the Kraken. He's able to will it back into the ocean because, as he points it out, this creature was hurt in the depths and then basically aimed at the island.
Pointed, yeah.
By someone, and probably something to do with fucking Waller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, too, I like the idea. Yeah, you've created the medieval world's first team of superheroes, and because of that, people are taking note, and they don't like it.
They don't like it, no.
They also really put King Arthur over, too. It's like, oh, no, he's really tough because he tanks an entire lightning blast from Queen Lightning there. And I'm like, oh, that's really good visual storytelling where it's like, yeah, that doesn't do shit to me, actually. I'm actually very tough in this world.
Yeah, very strong, yeah.
I'm a strong boy. I'm basically underwater Conan the Barbarian.
And they learn that during the fight, all the chaos, they lost track of where Zala was, and they find her floating in the water, and
she's drowning.
And they rescue her, and then we start to see her sort of cough up blood and seemingly die.
Maybe, we don't know. We know that the narrator who's been telling this story the whole time, they actually reveal themselves. And holy shit, it's Barbara Gordon as Oracle who's been telling this story. Yeah, a real Oracle, not just a computer hacker, a real Oracle who has seen this dark vision. And I'm like, oh, I guess that guy is also your dad, Jim Gordon, too. That's cool.
Yeah.
We have both of them now.
Yeah. I'm intrigued to see what their character is going to be like. I wonder if Jim is like a captain of the watch or something, or
right, or a constable Gordon.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like the sheriff of Nottingham, Sheriff Gordon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or they make him like a sort of a 1600s Puritan. He's the one who burns the witches. And oh no, my daughter is a witch now.
Oh shit, that would actually be a really fun twist, actually. And hey, they keep up the thing too where it's like, yeah, I wasn't from Gotham originally, but I'm now going to transfer over to the Kingdom of the Elves. Hey, maybe he'll take Waller's job.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah, or Barbara will, yeah.
Yeah, right. Hey, we need a new spy master, and you're a literal fucking Oracle, so that helps. That's fun, too, because it's like, oh, yeah, we had all the Robins in the other series, plus Cassandra Cain. We did not have Barbara or any of the Gordons. That is a good use of her.
Yeah.
That's the fun thing about this series, where it's like, oh, who are we going to see next? Oh, what medieval twist are you going to have on a classic character?
It's very fun, yeah.
It's endlessly fun, and it's also actually it takes that whole Game of Thrones inspiration and really runs with it, where it's like, no, lots of factions, lots of shifting loyalties, lots of backstabbing and secrets within secrets.
Yeah, you never know who's betraying who's with who. Yeah, it's always changing.
And just a fun take on the universe too, where it's like, oh, Superman's mom is alive, and Superman has a fucking sister who was born on Earth.
Yeah, the Kents are still alive and are like out there, but not part of the story at the moment because like their part is done. And yeah, it's interesting.
And Batman is Superman's half brother in this
Yeah,
universe, and
yeah,
Batman also has powers.
yeah. It's very interesting.
Yeah, again, very, very fun. If you loved the first one, you'll like this one a lot too. I never actually finished All Winter. I actually went back and
Neither
finished
did
All
I.
Winter
No.
before this one happened, and I'm glad I did. That one was a rough one because it's like very artsy, where it's like, yeah, most of it is in black and white, except for when this little kid Alec shows up. I'm like, who the fuck is that? Oh, Swamp Thing, Alec Holland. The green literally brings life in the All Winter, and I'm like, oh, that's actually very fun and very clever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was all me for this week. What did you have to finish us off and take us home before we talk about what's coming out this week?
I had Superman Unlimited issue 15.
Oh shit! Yeah, this was a pretty big issue. People had very big feelings about this.
Yeah, so the young John Kent he's the Earth 3 Ultra Boy. And
of course he is.
He's been attacking Tomorrow Man and Steel and Steelworks and everything while all of this kryptonite that got infected by the El Calderon kryptonite starts growing out of control. Last issue, Superwoman Lana was infected by this kryptonite and it's turned her into the Kryptonite Woman. She's now completely powered by kryptonite and she can absorb it too. And she's trying to use that power to absorb all of this kryptonite, but she's unsure of what her limits will be and like what the outcome of that would be. So while Tomorrow Man is trying to talk down the younger John, the other heroes are all trying to sort this kryptonite stuff out. Lois gets the Supermobile out and tries to help some people with crypto. Batman and Robin turn up as well because they were building up to like Robin figured out who this Ultra Boy was and everything. He's changed his tactics a little bit. Instead of green kryptonite, he's using blue kryptonite now because blue kryptonite takes his powers away. And
that's opposite.
He gets to fight with Superboy while Batman ends up developing a thing that turns the green kryptonite into blue kryptonite. And it's like a real Bat-God moment, but Slott writes in a line where he writes like, it's incredibly expensive and I can no longer replicate this process. So it's a one-off.
There you go.
It's a one-off.
I love that. That's literally Spider-Man. Everyone gets one. Batman, I can only do this one time.
Yeah, so they end up sorting all of that out, and John is talked down to by Tomorrow Man, who basically convinces him to stop, calm down and actually help these people, something he's been doing up until this point in this series. And the younger John ends up collecting all of the kryptonite and tossing it out into space. So there's a big kryptonite island in space now. And the rest of the issue is just them trying to figure out what's happened here. Because they know he's the Earth 3 Ultra Boy and like how that happened. And Tomorrow Man comes to the conclusion that while he thought Master Tiz opened up a portal to his past, it was actually Earth 3's present. And Ultraman did to his own son what he did to John and put him back in that volcano. And Master Tiz turns up and he's actually been watching this entire time. And it's like, oh, this is hilarious. Okay, I'm done with my fun. I'll send this boy back, but I'll give John a choice. He can either have access to his actual past self and save him, or he can keep this Ultra Boy here. And Tomorrow Man decides, well, I turn out okay. So I'm not going to go into my past. I'm going to help the Superboy who needs help here. I'm going to help this boy try to become an actual hero and go against his as Batman puts it, he's literally wired on a quantum level to betray you because he's from Earth 3. Evil. And John doesn't want anything to do with that. He wants to just help this boy, and he's going to have Lois there, the Kents there to help him. And you think that's where the book's going to end, but it doesn't, because Tiz is like, well, this is boring. He opens up another portal, and Superwoman from Earth 3 comes through and takes her son back to Earth 3 and closes the portal. So now, not only can they not get to Earth 3 because of the multiverses being all sectioned off from so now he's going to go back and possibly become Ultraman, and he's left the younger John is left with the knowledge that John actually watched his father die, which is what happened in Son of Kal-El when Ultraman was killed by the Injustice Superman.
I remember.
So that's going to breed some sort of like disdain for Tomorrow Man. Yeah, and that's Slott teases that there's going to be a story where Damian teams with Tomorrow Man to go into Earth 3 to save that younger Superboy.
What a wonderful story about, you know, being the hero that you needed in your own life, and, you know, accepting the future for what it is, that you can't go back, that, you know, you have to live in the here and now. I'm sure people were really mature about this story.
No, they weren't.
Definitely,
they weren't.
I'm sure they definitely took the story for what it was and understood the authorial intent about what they were trying to say here, and didn't just throw a massive shit fit because they didn't get what they personally wanted.
Yep, no, that was basically all the comments I had on that video. Did really well, but that's basically what it is. And the issue rounds out with Lois figuring out, obviously, Tomorrow Man is John, is her son, and she takes him back to the Daily Planet and tells him to keep continuing to be Tomorrow Man, but also be John Kent again, and gives him his press badge and glasses back. So he's going to be a reporter now. Something which I really enjoyed for that one issue that he got to be before the whole Tomorrow Man started. And I'm like, hell yeah, he's going to do that dual role. And it's interesting because he gets kind of like a reverse secret identity where the hero portion of him is the secret identity, and the public version of him is just John Kent.
That's really interesting. And also, too, because John never really got to have a secret identity, didn't he?
Tom Taylor tried to toy with it, and he did it as a joke where he had one, and it immediately got like outed.
Yeah, they torpedoed it in issue 1, and even by the end of, like, what is it, that Action Comics with Philip Kennedy Johnson, he laments the life that he could have had, like, oh, but my dad got his secret identity outed, so fuck, I never got to have this. Yeah. That's real growth. That's
character development.
That's something new. That's not just returning back to something you liked before that arguably we already did everything we could possibly do with.
Yeah, it's building off of all those, you know, the Son of Kal-El, the Action Comics stuff. It's building off of all of that, setting up this, then also setting up something new with the return of Earth 3 in some way. He's gonna, Slott, I think, has said, and it's made it very clear in this issue, Damian is going to appear at some point, and they're going to hash out like the problems they have at the moment. So like it's setting up all of this really cool stuff.
Yeah, that I'm sure a lot of people rejected out of hand because it's not what they wanted.
Exactly. Yeah.
We just want good stories. No, I want my own personal headcanon to be catered to at all times.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
This is one of those things where it's like, comic fans, I love you. I'm one of you, but sometimes we don't deserve good stories, actually. Sometimes we don't. And look, I've been there too. I've complained too, but it's like, no, you didn't, just cater to my own personal headcanon. But that actually sounds really good and really worthwhile, actually. And sounds like a good story arc from Slott.
It was. It really was.
There you go. We want to talk about what's coming out this week then, because it's going to be a big week with a lot of Superman, actually.
Yeah.
We got Absolute Superman 21, Absolute Wonder Woman 22, Detective Comics 1101,
the big one.
It's really not.
It's not. I mean, it is, because apparently there's big like status quo changes coming, but like, it's just like, this is just, we're 100 issues from 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah. We got Superman issue number 40. Of course, this is the big Superboy Prime versus Manchester Black fight they've been building up to.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing Spider-Man issue number 33. Action Comics number 1100, which is also a big landmark issue. I missed the last issue, but I will have to read this one for obvious reasons.
I might use this as a pickup for that. Just jump into it and see where it goes.
Yeah, probably a good idea. I mean, I was only one issue behind, but you told me what happened.
Mm.
Then we got Justice League issue number 21. Zatanna issue number 4. I forget if I'm behind on that or not. Flash 35, Green Lantern 37, Mark Spector Moon Knight 6. What else? Gambit Wanted number 1. Gambit's getting a new series. Nice. Spider-Man Long Way Home number 2. I thought the first issue was fine. I wonder if this.
It wasn't really Spider-Man, was it? Though that's the Jonathan Hickman one, isn't it?
Yes, it's more of a Hulk Punisher story. Spider-Man just kind of shows up at the end. Maybe this issue will be different. X-Men Hellfire Murder number 1, which we were talking about. Superman Father of Tomorrow 3. Marvel Zero issue number 1, which I think is just a reprint of a bunch of stuff that's going on in the other books to get you up to speed.
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla Conquers the Multiverse, issue #1, which is, again, another Marvel versus Godzilla book. Dark Knights of Steel, Heir to the Sea #1, which is just them reprinting the Aquaman backup story, in case you didn't read it.
Yeah. That'll be a good chance for me to get into that, because, so I don't have to read all Winter,
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, that is basically everything. But yeah, what a stacked week from top to bottom, am I right?
Yeah, this busy week. Very busy week.
Don't feel bad, because I looked at next week, and the week after that is all annuals. So anything we don't get a chance to cover, we can catch up on the next week.
Nice, yeah.
But there's a lot of annuals, too. There's the big Superman Return. There's a Batman Lobo team-up. There's a Batman Lex Luthor team-up. They're not calling it a Justice League annual, but it's a Justice League annual.
It pretty much is, yeah.
And it's written by Mark Waid, which means it will definitely be required reading, because it will definitely be important.
Yeah, it's a Mark Waid book.
He loves referencing himself, so you will have to read it. But yeah, that's basically the long and short of it. Anything else, Matt, to bring up? Anything else to cover? Or should we start winding this one down?
Yeah, let's start winding it down, yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming and joining us. As always, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you had as much fun listening as we had making it. Watching it the way you're watching it right now, live Saturday night, is the best way to watch us. But if you can't, the second best way to watch us is, of course, on Patreon. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. We try and get that up right away as soon as we're done here for all the patrons. After that, it goes to all the different podcast apps, and it's on YouTube on Matt's channel. You can check it out there. Thank you, everyone who has been watching the show there and commenting and interacting. We really appreciate it. And next week we got New York Comic Con to look forward to, and then after that we got Spider-Man. So it's big month.
We got big comic week next week and fucking New York Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con. Fuck me.
Yeah, something might have to give. I think, depending on how much news we get, something will probably have to give.
Fuck it, let's just do like a 3-hour show.
I mean, we often do. Many such cases. So, all right, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the show. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for when we go live again next week, because, it's probably going to be the big one. The Comic-Con show is usually our biggest show of the year.
It is, yes.
So everyone get ready for that. And, until then, everyone, Comic Multiverse out.
See ya.